Oh my fucking god. I am so sorry, everybody. I just realized I didn't have my mic on. Oh my god, that is embarrassing. Hello, everyone. Oh my fucking god. Okay. That was... Oh, Jesus. What I was trying to say. Okay. We have this screen explaining that I could only read a certain amount per page. You know, like, in order to avoid possible copyright issues, yada yada yada. And here's an idle game, just when it was... You were gonna say a thing. Fuck you, Corinne. Fuck you. Okay. So, what I was saying... We're going to read every other page in the actual thing, right? Like, here's the comic. We're going to read one page, switch off. I'm going to read a page off of that, and then switch back over. Just for the sake of avoiding issues. Avoiding copyright issues is what I'm saying. That's, like I said, reading it here. Read it there. But, that aside, I'm also going to put in a thing on the Discord saying... Oops, I had my mic off. My bad. Join again. But anyway. Which Batman? We're doing Absolute. I'm planning on doing a video on the Absolute universe. And right now we are starting with Absolute Batman. The current one. And like I said, gonna read some of it on screen, gonna read some of it off screen. That's how it's gonna be. But that aside, I also, like I said before, I have the notes page here, and I was trying to say this is for like Absolute Batman, this is for Bruce Wayne, this is for Alfred, depending on different characters that show up. By the way, I just realized something. In case you're wondering why the hell my background is Mario, because I just realized I was on screen for like a second. I did that as like a joke one time, and then I just didn't bother changing it. So, there you go for extra context, for extra Wondershroom lore. This is a bit of a, like I said, this is an especially experimental one, so this video about to be 3 hours, perhaps. It will probably be a long video. I plan on doing like a year 1, year 2 kind of thing. My background is just the default Windows because I can't... Wait, why can't you change it? That's interesting. Also, wait, hang on, let me check my... Okay. Let me see here. Alright. But anyways, that is besides the point. I didn't bother buying a code. You didn't bother buying a code? Oh yeah, no, I remember that, because when you were playing Hollow Knight, it had like the activate windows on the side. But anyway, does anyone have any random questions before we start? Because I've been building this up for a bit, and I want to get started. So, are we all good? Yep, that's the reason for that. Yep. Yeah. But anyway, let's get started, everybody. I'm going to do a little bit of reading, and then exit out, exit in, exit out, exit in. This is going to be very amateur, so I apologize in advance for that. But we are just going to get started. So, yeah. Welcome to Terra habitat. Bats are crazy. As you enter the enclosure, we ask you not to take pictures, but observe. Hey, Absolute Batman is awesome. Yeah. And, by the way, I'm glad you joined now, Nick, and not later, because we had an embarrassing moment where I did not realize my mic was off for, like, the past, couple minutes, or they realized and just did not say anything. So... But that's besides the point. Alright, I'm Batty. As you enter the enclosure, we ask you don't take pictures, but observe how bats fly. Bats walk on their... Bats... Okay. Bruce, there'll be plenty of time for bats later. Come on, let's get started. Alright, and then it's Batman The Zoo Part 1 of 5. Which, wow, that is so cool. Alright, so first of all... Okay, wait, no, that's a different... That's the live stream tab. First of all, we are going to leave a note here saying that, like, obviously his inspiration for being the Bat was from the zoo. You know, like, that by itself is, like, pretty obvious, right? You know? Like, he got his inspiration for being the Bat from the zoo. It's elaborated on even more. I've already read the first volume of it, so I'm not completely... Is this Game Grumps Aaron? Yes, it is. It is Game Grumps Aaron. Thank you, Luigi, for joining today. But besides that, yeah. I already said this before. I'm gonna read parts of it off stream, and, you know, while I do, there's gonna be this screen here. It's gonna be an idle game just to make things slightly less boring. But anyway, I'll actually do a bit of voice acting as well, but it's just gonna be off screen. Like I said, I'll show every other page. This is Alfred talking.
Hello again, Gotham. It's been a long time. So who are you these days? Who have you become while I was gone?
What the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry. I have this music playing, and then there was an ad that showed up. So, absolute fucking hell. Why did you make it? Okay. All right. Put up some mixed with dangling keys. Exactly. I mean, that is basically what this is. It's just there to, like, so for something to look at, right? That's the idea of it. But anyway. You're prettier. I'll give you that. Taller, brighter. Party animal, but deep down. Party animal gang slaughters 9 in brutal attack, including 2 police officers. And then I'll just switch it randomly. Something's changed. My 3rd lap around and I still can't find it. Where's your heart? Used to have a center, heart, and beating, but something's hollowed you out. Alright, so should I note that down about Alfred? Where it's like, he points out how the city is different and how it used to be filled with something and yada yada yada. But, maybe. Alright, says Gotham has changed. Nice art. Oh yeah, no, it has great, amazing art. Also, I thought you read the first issue, didn't you, Lou? I'm pretty sure you told me you did. But, Gotham has changed. There's no more heart, as he puts it. But yeah, I know you didn't do the rest. But I just thought that, like, this is just a... Wait, is it on everything involved with that comic? I thought it was just gonna be Bruce. Oh, no, yeah, no, it's gonna be on the Absolute Universe as a whole. It's gonna be... So you know how, like, with Batman, there's, like... Your 3060? What's 3060? It's normal. Normal Batman, but honestly, if Absolute Batman was given more resources, then Absolute Batman would win. But that aside, yeah, no, we're doing the entire Absolute Universe as a whole. We're just starting with the Batman issues right now. And you know how with Batman there's like a year 1, year 2, year 3 kind of thing? We're doing sort of like a year 1 based on the first 12 issues of Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman, and the first 6 issues of Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, and The Flash. That's how we're gonna go. That's how this video is gonna be structured. Just to everyone wondering, has been gone a long time. It's been gone a long time. Alright, but anyway. Yeah, so. And while that's going on, here's more of this. Okay. In fact, I barely recognize you anymore. I'm not sure I like the new you, Gotham. But that's okay. I don't think you're going to like me much either. Actually, let me just boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna play a slight bit of this idle game while we're reading as well. My name is Alfred Pennyworth, and I'm here to do some
Bad things. Oh, shoot. He's gonna do some bad things.
Also, wow, the viewer count is jumping around. It's going from like 1 to 4 to 2 to 3. It's just going completely up and down. I don't know why. I can't tell if this is like boring anybody. If it is, then that's fair. I could change the format of this. Like if you guys want, we can try and just work off of like what we have here. Okay, gonna go grab my. All right, sounds good. I still don't know what that is, but epic. But anyway, that's besides the point. Oh, viewer counts typically jump around. Good point, but still, I also just want any suggestions y'all have, to keep things entertaining, to keep things interesting. They only update every 2 minutes or so, I think. Interesting, okay. But anyway. So good to see you, old friend. It's a graphic card. I see, okay.
So good to see you, old friend. I still stock your favorite.
You're a giant among men, Amir.
True.
Oh, excuse me. Can I give you a suggestion? Once you get to the books, you should put on audiobooks instead of reading it. That'd be cool if copyright allows it, at least. I think it depends. Like, there's some audiobooks that are kind of pseudo public domain that I can do, but I feel like with just straight up audiobooks, it's not gonna allow it. It is not going to allow it. Also, just to clarify, I own these books legally as well. Like, I have it on here, like a ripped version of it, but I do also own them, like, legitimately. It isn't just me pirating it. So, yeah, just to throw that out of the way. Yeah, and I recommend people buy them too, because they're cool books, and I want DC to do more things like this. And that's part of the reason too why I'm not just doing a 1-to-1 reading as well, because that'd be lame, and it'd give people an excuse to not just buy them. Because I think they're good. I genuinely think they're good. And I think you should support projects like that. Sure, like, don't buy every single comic book if it's just pure slop, but still. Yeah, anyway. By the way, hope the music's good. I meant to ask about that in the beginning, but it kind of just became a thing where it was just like, whatever. But yeah. And like I said, Mario background, because I don't fucking know. That's the reason. Has been gone a long time. Going to do some bad things. Would recommend that. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm doing, Nick. That is what I'm doing. I'm doing the whole universe. I don't think you were there for that, but I said I was going to do like a year 1 kind of style of doing this. Used to be on a roll with all the peak shit all the time. Penguin, Superman, Peacemaker, etc. Shumi is pirating right now. Yeah, exactly. I am indeed pirating. I am pirating. Gar har har. I'm a pirate. But that aside. Alright, going to do some bad things. Was some kind of bounty hunter. Also likes tea. Because funny. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hearts. Whoa, who's giving me hearts? That's crazy. Thank you for whoever's giving me hearts. Alright. True, but I wouldn't leave your bike out unless you're asking for trouble. Was there in recommending... Oh, okay. That, yeah, gotcha now. That makes sense. Amir never. Alright. Amir left Kabul during the occupation 20 years ago. He's had me to his apartment many times. I even taught his boys how to play cricket. That's kind of cute, actually. That's not even important. Oh, take care, Corinne. Glad you could at least stop by. That's not even important to anything, but it's like, it's so oddly cute that I am still gonna take note of that anyway. So, yeah. Oh my god. Who is spamming the emotes? I appreciate it, but also, damn, it's so random. Like, wow. Okay. Alright, and I'll also put it back to the side just for the sake of, like, yeah. But he runs the only decent tea shop in Gotham, which is why I keep my things next door. Sometimes I'd wonder if he'd invite me back if he knew the things I did in conflict. Okay. He seems to keep his work away from others. Hello, Jerome. We are doing Absolute Batman. There's also this little notice here, just to remind new people who are joining, and here's it. We are on the first one right now. And for context, I did already read it before. It's just that, you know, like I said, I'm switching back and forth between this screen and that screen in order to avoid copyright. That's the problem. I don't think it's even going to happen. It's just, like, just in case. But he's the only, which is why I keep my things next door. That is a weird thing for Alfie to do. He's like, oh, I might endanger this guy, but he runs a really good tea shop. Or maybe he's just afraid of him judging him. Can't tell. Oh, by the way, for people who don't know what the context of the Absolute Universe is, basically in this world, all of the supers are different. Oh, it's only 12 issues. That's cool. Yeah, but it's still ongoing. That's why with, like, this, for now, we're going to start with the 12. Oh, yeah, no, like I said, I encourage all of you to read it. At least buy the graphic novels. And again, that's why I'm reading part of it off screen as well. You know, he scans his retina in this scene. He walks into a epic gun facility. Because, yeah, he used to be he's a bounty hunter in this world, not a butler, for context. Because Bruce Wayne isn't rich in this world. Just to clarify. And it was created by Darkseid. Yes, it was created by Darkseid. It was created by Darkseid out of sheer spite towards, like, his role in the universe. That was the sheer reason why he created it. So, yeah. Okay. Keeps a gun room, and even sleeps in it. Damn. Alright. You know, I'll just take a screenshot of the room while I'm at it, because I feel like there will be other things I point out later. You know, like, when I'm... Like, this is the room. This right here is the room. And it's like, you got these guns, you got this desk. There's, like, I guess that's a wallet right there. A photo of his daughter on the desk as well, which I'm not showing, but that is what's there. And there's a towel, there's a, you know, place where you can make tea, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I was planning on doing this from the very beginning, I think. Like, I was genuinely planning on making a video about the Absolute Universe. The only issue is that this is the only way I have time to do this, you know, without, like, having to cut out all the patron stuff. Hence, why we're doing stream. And hence, why the Hollow Knight video has been cut out. For now. We're putting that on hold. Because this is more important, in my opinion. Partially just because it's, like, it's ongoing, it's, like, really cool, and I just want to make videos talking about it. Because it's, like, a perfect mix of, like, being popular, talking about something popular, while also talking about something people don't know much about. Because everyone knows the Absolute Universe, they just don't actually know it that much, if that makes any sense. Anyway. This universe has been batshit insane so far. Oh, it's been great, too. There's some things I have problems with. Like, I think Batman's no-kill rule is kind of stupid, if I'm being honest. But also, like, there's been so much of it that has been, like, genuinely fucking peak. You know? Just genuine peak. Okay, anyway. Again, showing this back on screen. Julia, leave a message. Julia? Hi. I know it's been a long time, but I'm in Gotham. At least for a short while. I don't know if you even still live here anymore. But if you do, I'd be grateful for the chance to see you again. This is your father, by the way. Well done, shithead. She knows you too well for that. Well, okay. Strained relationship with his daughter. Rip. Okay. Boop, boop. Can also put that on screen for a second. Okay. Pennyworth signing in. Connection secure. Oh, actually, wait. No, actually, I think this is like some kind of computerized... Okay, I'll show it here. This is like some kind of boss AI thing that he has. So I'm not sure what kind of voice to do with for this. It'd be like, T good at, T is more like, maybe more American than British. It'd be like, T as good as you remember? Delightful. What's the assignment? In the past 3 months, a gang known as the Party Animals have been sowing chaos, butchering citizens at random, raising the murder rate by almost 700%. Oh my god. It's single-handedly. A daycare was touched today. They danced outside while 32 burned. Alright, sounds good, Panda Samurai. I hope you have a good one. I read the docket, but I ask why you pulled me out of Singapore. I was this close to the target. I've been chasing for 5... Okay, hang on. That's actually another interesting thing. Alright. Has some quirky bot... What? I can't say any... Can't type out things correctly. Has a quirky boss who assigns him tasks. No la boo boo for you. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Luigi. Very cool. By the way, I should at 6 because I think he'd be down to watch right now. Give me 1 second. Streaming right now. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, who assigns some tasks? Don't know what he is, but yeah, Labubu. Hang on. I think I might know what it is. It's like that. It's like an ugly doll, right? That's what those things are. Yeah, it's this. It's this thing. Which, like, all right, beautiful, beautiful work of art. But no more distractions. Let's lock the fuck in. Okay. And chasing a guy in Singapore. Apparently has been chasing a guy in Singapore for like 5 years. Has been pulled off. Stupid assignment in Gotham. Which rip. Okay. You're needed here, and quite frankly, no, you may not. Manners. You may not. Okay. Gather information on these party animals, but do not engage. One note. Yeah, I'll show this bit. One note. There might be another player in town. We've only caught glimpses, but he seems to be circling the gang as well. If he gets too close, you do have authorization to engage him. Lovely. We're sending the coordinates to the bike as we speak, placing to scope out possible targets. Savor the tea, signing off. Okay. Assign to the party animals to try and take them out. By the way, to anyone who's wondering, I mean, I could just say it. The party animals are basically just Black Mask's gang in this world. That's essentially what they are. Which I gotta say, Black Mask is freaky looking in general. But, tracking down the party animals. I don't know what else to say on that, but yeah. What's gotten into you, old man? Questioning orders? You're a servant. That's right. They ring, you serve. Whether it's in Saigon, Khartoum, or Gotham. And the bike's stolen. I hate this goddamn town. Rip. That's rough, buddy. Okay. That's another interesting thing. I'm actually gonna decrease the size of these images to make some room. Weep. Okay. Apparently is really, really loyal to his masters. and is only just beginning to question orders. Which makes sense, because he was put somewhere for like 5 years and didn't even finish the job. Which, that is brutal. That is genuinely brutal. I don't know what else to say on that. Okay, back to comic though. Tonight is your city. Whack. No fear. Whack. No weakness. Huh. Tonight you are. I think it's my turn. No. Tonight you are. Or I think it's my turn. It's like, oh, hey, Bruce. Sorry, I was just keeping it warm for you. Big day tonight. Get in the headspace. It's brutal out there, you know? Okay, so that's not Bruce. Alright. It's just some random dude. Don't worry. Love is in the air. Alright, so this dude's clearly scared of him. Alright. Let me just... Clearly normal people are just scared of him. Like the guy in the gym who is just startled to see him. Which, you know, makes sense. Like, if you see this guy looking at you, how would you react? You know, how would you react to that? Boom, 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 damn. So, what have we learned, class? Boom. This guy has the life. That is interesting. Like, I guess Bruce used to be like a little bit of a smug motherfucker when he was a kid. Like, he has the life. Well, it says here he sleeps 20 hours plus he gets fed prime rib 3 times a day and never has to be afraid of anything. Boom. Fair. He might be coddled, but it'll never affect anything. Never mean very much. He never has to go to school. What from? Says the boy to his father, the teacher. I'm just messing with you, Mr. Wayne. Forgiven. So, are you excited for the movie tonight? I mean, I'm excited for the nap. Do I really have to come? Yes, it's the film. You and Mom met at, I get it. But why do I? Bam. Oh, God. Alright, another interesting thing. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna increase the font size a little bit, just to make it easier to read. Because I feel like that would be beneficial, right? Make it easier to watch. So, okay. Used to be a little bit of a brat when he was a kid. Or not really even really a brat. Just a bit cocky, I guess. He also had a conversation with, no, I almost said Alfred, with Thomas / his dad about how the lion doesn't have to worry about anything, but he responds with, because of that, he won't change anything. So yeah, okay. And, do you guys think I should also include stuff about Thomas Wayne in the video? Actually, no, I should. I definitely should, yeah. I feel like, I don't know how much detail I'm going to go into it, but it would not hurt to at least take notes on him. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Is a teacher in this world before he died. That's true. That is true. But it's also because, like, this is more of like a collection video in general. Like, it's going to be about all the characters, so I'm thinking, you know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to, like, also talk about more of him as well. Is a teacher in this world before he died. seemed to be very idealistic with how he saw things, such as telling Bruce even if the lion has it easy, he won't actually achieve anything or cause change. Something like that, right? Yeah. And then, okay. And then with this, it's like... So, with this one, Bruce destroys the sandbag, like that. And it's like, really? Shit, sorry, well, and by the way, that's, you know, like, that's Killer Croc, right? You know, you don't really need to, like, be like, oh my god, it's Killer Croc. Like, it's a very blatant reference. But anyway, Bruce is a beast. Or, Bruce is a beast. That's pretty much that. Alright. And, I don't know if I'm going to take notes on Waylon or not, because I don't know if he is a heroic character, but, I guess we'll see it with the coming issues. I did read the first arc, but it's like, I don't know if there's anything about Waylon after that, you know? I mean, I have a feeling you've read it, Nick. Do you know if there's anything about Waylon? Excuse me. Like, does he become heroic? Does he become a villain? Obviously, it's like, oh, he's Killer Croc, but it's like, should I take notes on him, is what I'm saying. That's pretty much that. Friends with Waylon. And I'm also going to say right now, as well as friends with Wayland, owner of the... Interesting. Okay. More of a victim than a villain. To be fair, that is very... That's very Killer Croc-esque in general, with some exceptions. Because generally he tends to be more of like... They at least portray him somewhat sympathetically most of the time. It's very rare for him not to be portrayed like that. Owner of the gym. Very much not Killer Croc. Totally not. But to have a good relationship, considering he just broke. Oh, he said, let's make it 90 for the bag, 30 for the sand. The first and this and the first issue of the new Batman book depict him very sympathetically. I see. Wait, you mean like the newest Batman, like issue 1 that came out? Because there is a new one, right? Got it. The cleanup one. What? The sand comes in the bag. For the cleanup of the sand, my friend. My time is costly these days. You're really going through with it? Yep, I'm thinking of calling the place Wayland's Scales of Gotham. Ozzy hooked me up with these exotic pet license. Oh yeah, and Ozzy's obviously the new... Yeah, I've heard... I haven't checked that out yet, primarily just because I am trying to save a little bit on cash, and also just because it's been a bit since I've gone to the comic store. But I might check it out like on paperback if it's good. But anyway. So I guess he's like gonna open a zoo or something. So that's what that seems there. Oh yeah, and also I remember now, Ozzy's like a gang member in this world, which makes sense. I guess they're going for like the Batman approach, you know. Anyway, Ozzy, he's gonna get busted any day now. Oh yeah, I should probably put in. Is friends with people who are just flat out criminals, like Ozzy. So lol. That's not a bad thing, it's just worth noting because it's kind of funny. Do you know, don't you watch those nature shows, brother? Penguins know how to hide their eggs. Besides, he's our boy. Speaking of which, I can't. Yeah, I haven't come to poker in months, man. Everyone's in this week. Eddie, Harvey, Oz. I mean, even trying to get Selena to dial. This Oz is way more sympathetic than... Oh, yeah, no. Colin Farrell's Penguin's a piece of shit. That's just true. He's a great character, but he's a massive piece of shit. But, yeah. I assumed it was something akin to that. You know, where you'd at least be a little sympathetic. Okay. Apparently, his friend group has a poker meetup every week that he just doesn't show up to. Because he's so emo. Okay, jokes aside. He probably just feels disconnected from them and has a weird connection issue due to the loss of his father. Also true. I mean, it's like, I'd say he's sympathetic in some ways. Like, to some degree, it's like... Actually, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give spoilers to people who haven't seen it. But still, it's like he's got, like, tragic elements to him. It's just that, you know, he is a piece of shit still. But anyway. Okay. At least tell me you're going to town hall tonight. I'll buy you a new bag as soon as I get paid. Come on, man. The whole city's coming apart. These party animal fucks. You know what they did to the family yesterday? I almost threw up watching the footage. Tying the mom to the damn bumper and seeing which one. Okay, that is Robin an absolute. Oh yeah, no, he's not yet. Weirdly enough, the Peacemakers are in absolute. So take that as you will. Like, Peacemaker is in here. He's an absolute Superman. I'm probably already told you that, but still. I'll buy you a new bag as soon as I get paid. Come on, man. What's with the... Gotta go. What is going on with you? Hey, Bruce, I'm talking to you. This is our home, man. Someone's gotta do something. Alright, so... I'm just gonna write it down right now. His friends... This war... True. That is true. To be fair, though, modern-day Peacemaker is more so... like, defined by James Gunn than it is, like, actually defined by its comics. Is a hell world. Yeah, it is. His friends with this world's... okay, who was those again? Harvey... Eddie. I'm just gonna say Eddie. Selena. Who's that one again? Okay, obviously Waylon / Killer Croc. And there was the other one. No, that's just Bruce. I'm an idiot. That's just Bruce sitting there. Like, I'm looking at this photo specifically. Anyway, that aside, though. And Killer Croc. Which... Darkseid is a bitch for doing that. Yeah. I could see that. Or if he just wasn't, like, a complete psychopath. So. Like, he tries. Oh, by the way, yeah, the Peacemaker video will happen. See ya. Alright, this scene I am going to read on the side because there's not really any notes for any of the heroic characters, considering it's just on the villains. So, we're gonna skip this. Just for the sake of... Good scene, and I recommend people actually, you know, like, read it by themselves and everything. But it's just like, you know, like I said, I want to be a little more cautious about, like, what I show and what I don't show. So, we're gonna skip this scene, and we're going here now. Alright. Puts on his thing. 6 more murdered today. The question is, who are these monsters? The party animals. Some say kids gone mad. Well, hang on, excuse me. Hacked apart with machetes. We were watching you. The footage you were about to see is disturbing. You might want small children to... By the way, that just goes hard. You know, that just goes hard. That panel. Anyway, truth is, all of us here at the station are praying for Gotham, for its people, its future. Tonight, Mayor Jim Gordon is holding an emergency town hall to discuss what to do about the party animals. Here, hoping it's preventable. I should probably take notes on James Gordon or Jim Gordon, because he's the mayor in this world. Which, it's kind of funny. I think that's one of the few cases where someone's actually technically better off. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a higher position than he does in the normal DC universe. So that's kind of funny to me. His normal position. Alright. I think he used to be like a police commissioner, right? If I remember correctly. I think he used to be. Yeah. But anyway. Okay, that aside though, I don't need to mark every single thing that happens. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, he holds a town meeting to discuss what will happen, because that doesn't really say anything about his character, that other than just he's a mayor. So, okay. Your disgraced why'd I say Jordan? Your disgraced Gordon, step down before, is a joke. Voting help.
Please, please, everyone, one at a time. Alright, go. Go ahead, sir.
You ran on your record as a cop, Gordon, and we gave you a chance, but under Mayor Hill, at least we weren't being killed off.
Hamilton Hill is a damn crook, man. We all know that.
Maybe he's a crook, but at least he's tough. He'd fight back.
We're fighting this back, but this gang, we have no idea.
I run Finger Tailors on 27th Street every single Sunday for 71 years. I walked to my shop except the day my son was born and the day my wife died. 18,302 times I've walked there. But I don't walk there anymore because I don't walk there anymore. I don't walk anymore because I'm scared.
Even from here I can feel it. The mix of fear, rage, explosive tremble in the air before something bad happens. And then I see them, ape skulls, and bad prom clothes, heavily armed, laughing, and giddy, gleeful. This is going to be bad. Pennyworth reporting, sir. The party animals are at the site, heavily armed. Copy. Report. Copy. Report back after incident. Mass casualties possible, sir. Permission to engage if denied. Pennyworth.
Whatever happens there, you only observe, which fucked up, but okay. Alright, so town kind of hates him because he seems to take a sort of, hang on, let me look at my notice. Okay, not much is going on. Alright, because he seems to take a sort of painful approach of just, what would I call it? Like, not interfering as much as people would like, and sort of just not take necessary steps, which probably involve corruption. Alright, and with Alfred actually offers to try and save those people, but is only told to observe at the meeting. Hello, Jaden, how are you? We are reading a comic book. Wow, it's quite epic. Alright. We're not reading the entirety of it. We're gonna cut out sections when I feel like it's not necessary to the actual note-taking, just for the sake of, you know, avoiding copyright, if you will. I did have this whole, like, little screen that we would be on, like, oh, read this, read that, but I don't want to, like, good, Absolute Batman's awesome. Yeah! We're also doing the entire Absolute Universe as a whole, but obviously we're starting with Absolute Batman. So yeah. I promise you, we will bring these criminals to justice. Now, working around the clock with city police. The police? The party animals just torched a station 2 hours ago. It's all over the news. Cops running around on fire, down on Kanan third. The cops can't do a frickin' thing. Wow. Is that so? Easy, Bullock. Grr, I'm Bullock and I'm angry. I mean, you know what? I like that he's loyal in this one. Because usually, like, Bullock is, like, kind of an asshole, right? But it's like, in this one he seems to be loyal. I don't know if it's worth noting, but I'm not gonna note down Bullock for now. Okay. People, look at us. This is oh wait, hang on. I think this is Martha, actually. So then mainline Gotham. That is true. Yeah, no, that's true. And that's saying something as well. It may not be an excellent parody, but you can't look at chopping off people's limbs and tell me it isn't tongue-in-cheek. 69. That is true. That is true. Now that yeah, I have an issue with I do have an issue with how the no kill rule in this universe works. I can't blame others for having issues with it too, but there are also so many other things I love about this series that it's like, yeah, I can just ignore it. All of us fighting, scared, blaming each other. But Jim Gordon yeah, sorry, let me adjust my voice. But Jim Gordon served the city honorably for a long time. I worked with his office and I trust him. I also trust us to be better than this, because it's not just him or Commissioner Bullock. It's up to all of us to stop these killers. This is our city, and together we'll explosion. I think the word you're looking for, miss, is die. Okay, I'm actually gonna write some more stuff down. The issue is, do I want to mark down every single character that pops up? Because I feel like that would get redundant after a while. Also, hello, Panda, welcome back. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark down Martha Wayne and then stop marking down other characters for a while. Unless they're, like, explicit superhero names, you know? That's what I'm planning on doing, because I don't want it to get super repetitive. Worked with Mayor Gordon, and helped him run for office. Also is alive, which neat. Up here. Up here. Look at me. Whatever you want. Deal with me. Hi, Jimmy. Bye, Jimmy. Oh, yeah, it's Barbara. Man, I would need to mark Barbara down eventually, but, like, we'll wait. We'll wait on Barbara. We'll wait on Barbara. We'll not mark anything down on her until we decide, okay, we need to mark something down on Barbara. So, yeah. We'll go back eventually if that's needed, but... Okay, actually, chat. I have a question for you all. Do you think I should mark down one character at a time? Or do you think that I should, like, mark down characters as they pop up throughout the issues? Like, focus on one character, mark down everything about them that I see going through, and then go back, focus on a different character, mark down the stuff about that character. What do you all think? I'm curious. Either way, I'm gonna mark down this. As they pop up, though not sure. Fair enough. I'm just asking for y'all's opinion. For y'all's opinion? I can't speak today. Focus on him and whatever they want. It's him they should focus on. Which, cool. Also, hello, Plunga. As they pop up is going to be less tedious, I think. Yeah, that's fair. I was just thinking it could be tedious, either other way. I'm also just trying to ask what people would find more entertaining, you know? Because even if this is a research stream, it's like, I don't want to be boring, you know? Just, if that makes sense. Also, even when shot. shot. Or almost shot. Hard to tell. Still tells Barbara to get everyone out of there. Which, hell yeah. Truism moment. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to mark down another character for a while, but, like... We have... Barbara Gordon's obviously going to be important. Like, obviously she's going to get her own material. So it's like... Yeah, we need to mark her down. Alright. There's a cop in this world. That's pretty much it. That's all I got right now. Anyone want to beg? Tell us about your kids? Your sick grandma? We love that. No? Alright. Rip them up. What the hell was that? Slam. Did he grab all three of them at once? Like, with that... Damn, that is impressive. I've read the first issue, but it has been a bit, and, like, having to take notes for this makes it to where I pay more direct attention to these kinds of things. But... what the hell was that? Everyone move to the back and stay down. My god, there's dozens of them out there. A whole army. We need to secure the... Whatever you do, whatever you hear, do not open this door. I know his cape is grabby, but he grabbed all three of them at the same time. Like, that's crazy. But, that's an odd threat. Whatever you do, don't open this door. Which... Weird threat, but okay. Alright. Pennyworth, report. Casualty count? None. The other player just arrived. Random and completely unrelated question. I'd have to watch season 4 to say for sure, because I know that apparently he like goes on like an even more deranged mission at the end of season 4. So that depends on how I personally think after watching that, and like how he also develops in season 5 so yeah, that's the response to the butcher question, because I've also been asked about that before as well. It just depends. Huey would definitely get a video. Starlight's not getting a video because season 4 made her annoying. Maybe I could do something based on Mother's Milk or Frenchie, but I don't know. Huey would definitely be fire for sure. Maybe I'll cover the comic version of him as well in the same video. I don't know. Casualty report and the other flight 5. If he disrupts intel gathering, you are to engage. Pennyworth, copy. Damn, these guys are fucked up. Ugh. What happened? Who? Out there, shred them. Hope you find these sound effects entertaining, by the way. Jumps down. So dumb. Okay, Alfred. To interfere only if Bruce / Batboy stops the intel gathering. Which, fucked up, not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, to anyone who's just joining, I left this initially in the beginning of the stream, as well as this like idle game on the side, but I decided, I could probably just get away with showing a decent chunk of the comic as well. And if it's not, then we can I'll just exit out of this for now, actually. But either way, I still want to avoid showing the entirety of the comic, so that's not what I'm gonna do. But still, I at least want to keep things somewhat engaging. So, yeah. Alright. And if I get in trouble, then that's when I'll actually go more in depth on, But yeah, reminder everybody, if you don't own the first issue of Absolute Batman, buy it, give it a read. It's worth it. I've got my issues with it. But it's still generally pretty fire all around. So yeah. Oh yeah. We should probably mark down the very obvious note of he is extremely brutal. Like, he just kicked that guy, like probably stomped on that guy's neck or something, threw that guy into a window, and then grabbed that guy and threw him directly into a lamppost. So yeah. Brutal. just brutal. That's all I'm gonna put in here. Brutal. Very, very brutal. Okay. Clank. Well, look at you go. Whoever you are, you've got flair. I'll give you that. As the other player disrupting the scene, Pennyworth. It's hilarious how violent, despite having only what? Exactly, yeah. I guess a way to interpret it is that, like, the city's just more messed up, and he grew up... Oh, wait! No, hang on, that makes sense, actually. Let me mark that down. Even though he has only one living parent, even though he has one living parent compared to two, he still is more violent. Why? Maybe it's because of the city he lives in being more disturbing as a whole. Maybe it's because of his lower class compared to the mainstream version. Maybe it's because he's friends with people who borderline... Exactly, yeah, that's what I mean. He's in a lower class compared to the mainstream version. Yeah. He's because he's friends with people who borderline on being criminals. And not just friends, childhood friends. One of the most, I'd say. How far have you read? Is there a plot point about this city being disturbed? I've only read the first 6 issues, so I know everything that happens here. But also, to answer your question, Panda, one of the most, but not the most. Like, in terms of versions that are faithful to the character, the most anti-heroic version of Batman would be the Dark Knight Returns Batman. That one is, like, bordering on being, like, a straight-up fascist. Like, there's a scene where he's, like, where this dude's, like, I mean, to be fair, he was an asshole, but he was, like, this dude's, like, no, please, I have my rights. And he's, like, I know. Sometimes I list them to myself just to drive myself crazy. Like, he is insane in the Dark Knight Returns. But, hang on, let me respond to a message as well. Okay. About the city being disturbed. Also, it depends what you mean by disturbed. Like, it's definitely corrupt, if that's what you mean. Like, I think there is a little more confirmation on it being corrupt. Like, it did straight up say just a minute ago that the previous mayor was a criminal as well. It was like a straight up crook. But also, the villains in this world have so much power. It's crazy. Like, the Black Mask guy, the leader of the party animals, he can just do all this. Simply because he's just, is at least more well-functioning. Yeah, exactly. That version's a mentally unstable war veteran. But yeah, I'd say he's the most anti-heroic while also being, like, I'd actually call him Batman. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually a Batman, not something akin to, like, Zack Snyder's Batman who just straight up kills people. So, yeah. Even if they're similar in a lot of ways. But, yeah. Alright, whoever you are, I'll give you that. I'll say, Pennyworth points out how he has flair. I'll just say that. Kind of has a weird respect for Bruce in the beginning due to his flair and skills at fighting. Also just gonna check. Alright, yeah, we're almost done with this. Does anyone want to switch to a different soundtrack at some point? Because I can do that if y'all would want. But I still thought this would be fitting. I have it on loop, just, to clarify. But loop or a different soundtrack. It's up to y'all. Scouts are fighting. Okay. Let's see, what else? Let's see what you can really do. Alright, big guy. Let's see what you can really do. Alright, clearly hesitates with trying to take out Batman. Actually, to see what he can do, but also just because... Alright, fair enough. I'll wait for everyone else's opinion. But also just because he clearly feels wrong about just letting people die. I mean, I'm cool either way. I'm just wondering what y'all think. Because this is mainly just like background noise for me, right? But it's also to keep the stream somewhat more engaging, because when you're watching somebody and they don't have any audio besides their voice going on, it just feels uncanny, I guess is a way to put it. So, anyway. Alright. You're fast. Steady. Above all, focused. You've been waiting for this. Haven't you? Yeah, you have. You're trained. Mixed martial arts, your own blend. Muay Thai. BJJ, but you're a striker above all else. Brutal, yet precise. You're putting on a show. A leg stomped on so everyone hears a crack. An arm snapped over your knee, sending a message. You're enjoying it too. And in knife work, my lord, so bloody, yet you miss each artery by just enough. No fatalities at all. Not one. Such an idealist. Bloody hell. Okay, that's important, right? Honestly, it's so important that I might just mark down the page that it's on. Issue 32. Idealist. Puts on a show. Ever wants to kill, but is especially brutal to demonstrate a point. Has learned a mix of martial arts to create his own blend. Has studied anatomy to know how to avoid killing people while also being as brutal as possible. Which I will say is kind of bullshit later on. Like in the second issue, he just straight up sets a building on fire. Like, I don't think many people are gonna survive that. You know? I wish I could type as fast as you. Yeah, no. My time spending my time on the internet and on my computer has trained me to just type out quickly. So that's one benefit of just being a bit of a nerd. But yeah, I never even thought about this when I first read this page, where it's like, it's not just to avoid killing people, it's to make a very distinct point and to strike fear into others. He's being as brutal as he possibly can, so that way he can, like, demonstrate to others a sense of fear and terror, while also, like, you know, that is cool. I never even really thought about it like that. I like that, you know? But anyway, I'll just type down, but yeah, to demonstrate a point, strike fear. I don't know why I capitalized that, but yeah. Move! This hand has killed more people than you can count. I'm giving you one chance. Get the flip out of our way. Also, I like how this... I love this lady in particular. She's got the party animal mask, but she's all tripped up all in a nice... I don't know why. That, you know what? I respect it. I respect it heavily. Like, she's not even wearing a bra or anything. Or it doesn't even look like she's wearing a bra, because if she is, then it's just like, I can't see it, but it's just nice ass gown. You know? That's drip. I gotta give her that. Oh yeah, and then this part where he like pulls out like he's like, and then he chops off his fucking hands, which like, you here they can reattach them sometimes. There's a hospital 3 blocks south of here. Or is it east? I can't remember all of a sudden. Okay, that's him being sadistic, right? Like, there's not much other way to really recontextualize him. That's just being a sadistic bastard. And, like, I can't remember all of a sudden. chops off that dude's hand and tells him the nearest hospital and makes a joke about not remembering the nearest hospital is. So, like, he clearly cares to some degree, but he also just wants to be a brutal, sadistic bastard. Oh, well, I mean, at least he beat the rich boy allegations, you know? At least he beat the rich boy allegations. The rest of you, I'm giving you one chance to get the fuck out of my way! Ah! Well done. But if you were a true tactician, you would have set a trap for... Beep. Pennyworth, what is going on? The satellite images make no sense. Whoever the player is, you are to engage. Copy? Copy. Yeah, he only proceeded to engage with him after he left, you know? It's like, I wanted to see him actually do his job. And it's like, you know, warns everyone to get out of there. Specifically, one chance. Only to just set up a bomb. Typing out the notes and having to really process these is so funny. Like, oh my God. He warns them, tells them to run away, and then blows them up. I mean, to be fair, they are, like, sadistic murderers, but still, it's so funny. Oh my God. Okay. Alright. Only engages after Batman actually deals with the threat. Which, cool of him, TBH. This is wild, bro. Yeah, no, this comic is insane. It genuinely is. Like, it's not my favorite Absolute comic. Like, in case you're wondering, Absolute Wonder Woman's actually my favorite. But it is still a great read. Alright, hang on. That is the sound of a DC-34 automatic shotgun, son. There are only 3 of them in the world. It could blow your brains all across the sidewalk before you'll even blink. Sounds dangerous. Hang on, I will say, has access to the most, like, rare and weirdly obscure weapons possible. Damn, this dude is elite. That's pretty much that note. Okay. Alright, steals the shotgun. I'm not really gonna note that down. Next day, everyone's talking about it. Who is the Batman? So who are you, really? Bruce Wayne. You hide your tracks well, but it's easy when you're no one. Just some guy, 24 years old. Mom is a social worker. Dad is a teacher. You grew up in Crime Valley, high friends in low places, a tight group. You're smart, excel in school. Your parents have tested you and your score near genius. Elite. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. Oops. Yeah. I mean, I might like, just because I analyze things and people seem to like what I say doesn't mean I'm the greatest at spelling. Let's just say that. Barbara, too. What about Barbara? I'm just teasing. Well, fair enough. I know, but I'm just saying in general. Then in 5th grade, you win a student engineering competition, creating a mobile collapsible bridge. Oh, did I misspell Barbara? Oh, That's embarrassing. Yeah, my bad. Wait, Barbara. Barbara. I don't know why I'm so bad with... Okay, alright. Then in 5th grade, you win the engineering competition, creating a mobile collapsible bridge that can be used to bring aid to locations hit by catastrophic damage from war, cataclysm. The design is origami-like, based on the anatomy of a batwing, and the that's my phone. And the prize is a trophy, and a trip for your whole class to Gotham Zoo, where it starts. Okay, a lot of things here. There are a lot of things here. Okay. All right, let's see. 24 years old. We're just gonna go over every single one of these because there's so much. All right, let me see here. Here's old. Oh yeah, for sure. That is something I appreciate. Yeah. Lore drops. That is especially what it is. 24 years old. Grew up in Crime Alley, showing even more kind of my point I made about how he's brutal. You're smart, excel in school. Okay, genius. So yeah. One and engineering. What the hell? Who's calling me right now? Okay. I know that's a number. I just forgot. Yeah, sorry. Someone's just calling me right now. I wonder, will the absolute be a one-off setting, or will it stick around? I think it'll stick around. Like, I have a feeling, because if you don't know, there's a Ultimate Universe going on for Marvel. And the context for that one is basically about the Maker being the main villain of that. I'll cover that at some point, especially based on the Spider-Man in that world. And I really, really want to cover Ultimate X-Men at some point, because that's a series I really like. But I think that one is going to end, or at least be rebooted in some way, you know? But, yeah. With the Absolute Universe, I think it's going to go on for a while. This thing is way too successful to put to an end. And even then, there's no place to reasonably stop it yet, because they're setting up so many elements and so many... Yeah, you know of the Ultimate one. Yeah. Just saying, as in general, for people who don't know. Won an engineering competition that won a trip to the zoo. Which, yeah, is where his dad got shot. Suit Batman in particular has outsold. Really? Oh, damn, that is impressive. I didn't know that. Oh. That is actually, that's insane. I didn't know that. Oh. Yeah, that, I gotta admire that. You know, that's impressive. But, and even then, it's like, you also have, like, Absolute Wonder Woman, which is the most praised Wonder Woman has been in years. You know? Like, I do sincerely mean it when I say that Absolute Wonder Woman is peak. And we'll get to Absolute Wonder Woman and why it is peak. But, you know, it's, like, legitimately the best series out of anything so far. I haven't read Martian Manhunter yet, which I've heard that's insanely good, and I definitely plan on reading it. But, oh man, Wonder Woman's so good in this world. Design is origami-like, based on the anatomy of Lightwing. Prize a trophy, And... Alright, I'll write this down about, did I miss anything in this end here? I don't think I did. Well, actually, I should... is the only Wonder Woman I know anything about. Somewhat same. I know more about Wonder Woman. I mean, I know about Wonder Woman in general, but I didn't really get to love the character until Absolute Wonder Woman, because that's when she, like, that's when I actually got to see something. Like, she was okay in the first Wonder Woman movie. It's just that she's played by Gal Gadot. You know what I mean? Like, she's good in the role, but it's Gal Gadot. She just kind of stands there and looks cool. And that's all she really does. Now it's like, oh, it's Gal Gadot. Whoa. You know? But, yeah. It's not that engaging as a character, more so as a figure. But with Absolute Wonder Woman, it's like, oh, I actually like this person. You know? That's kind of how I'd best describe Absolute Wonder Woman. It's like a comic that you can get into. It doesn't demonize her. Hell, I'd even say that she is practically perfect in the Absolute universe. But she's also just likable. You know? It's hard to dislike her, and that's what makes her writing, like, really impressive to me. She under a lot of circumstances could be referred to as like a Mary Sue, but she isn't. You know, just because it's hard to dislike her. But yeah, that aside though, we're gonna actually get back to marking this down. I forgot to say, visits the zoo. Run the DBZ perfect self theme. Yes, I am perfect. My entire being is perfect. I'm gonna destroy everything in my perfect eternity. Mwahaha. Anyway, visits the zoo to pay respects. Oh, for sure. I do like the Absolute Superman. When I was reading it initially, I didn't know what they were doing, but like I only read the first arc just to clarify, because I've only read the first arc of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. So when we get to the later stuff, it's going to be new for me. But with, like, Superman, I didn't know what kind of approach they were going for at first, and then I read more and more of it, and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, I see. So it's like, it's a unique approach on Superman, but it's one that I like. It's one that I was able to adapt to and understand. Off topic, live action remakes. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. The second arc for Superman isn't done yet. Oh yeah, I know. But I'm just saying I haven't caught up much to them besides that, because I've just been busy, and that's also a reason for this as well. It just gives me an excuse to read comics on stream and possibly like get views off of that, you know. Like, to BH, it's fun. I like it. If I get in trouble though, I will stop doing the comic streams, or I'll just heavily adjust them to where, you know, it's fine. Brainiac is amazing. Oh yeah, from what I saw, the Brainiac, he is cool. I like that he's just kind of an asshole. You know, he's just like, well, from what I remember, he was just kind of a troll. Like, he pretended like he was just like a stupid AI, when in reality he's just messing with people. That is hilarious. There are 3 of us watching. 3. That is true. 3 people watching. Who's left? Maybe I should stop yapping and actually get back to it. What I was gonna say was able to figure out who Batman was, which impressive. Anyway, follow me now, and then, you know, get out of the back, Dad, get inside. Again, I'm gonna skim through it just so it's like we're not, you know, Bruce, whatever you do not open this door. Yeah, he sacrificed himself. It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah. You know, I know that, like, from what I understand, Thomas Wayne in general is a good guy, but it also depends on what iteration we're talking about. Because I know Flashpoint, Thomas is a dick. The Batman, Thomas Wayne, he's not a bad guy, but I guess he lied about a lot of things. But on the same time, he was only trying to protect his wife, so I can't really blame him. Oh, yeah, on the yapping thing, my sister bought a chihuahua. Ooh, nice. That's cute. Yeah, some are scumbags, some aren't. Yeah, exactly. It depends on the writer. You know, do you want to do like oh, is this version's an asshole, but this one isn't? Like, do you want to go off of like the rich interpretation, like he's a rich guy, so it's like you kind of need to... Wait, he went to jail? Huh. DC Black version. Oh yeah, that guy is a dick. Weirdly enough, I don't know why. This is a very random fun fact. That version of Thomas Wayne has a page on Heroes Wiki. I don't know why. I think they justify it by saying it like, oh, he had good intent. I don't really care. Like, in that sense, every politician... Well, no, not every politician. Some politicians are just terrible people. But, you know, still, it's like, really? The absolute... The Batman Thomas was a good man who made a mistake. Apparently, Telltale Thomas Kering set up by... Oh, yeah, no, I heard that... I think I have seen something before that the Thomas in the Telltale is, like, actually just straight up evil. But, I don't know. All-Star Batman has a page on the Villains Wiki. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You know, the guy who, like, swears and stuff, like, shit, fuck, piss, motherfucker. I don't know. I like Frank Miller as a writer, but I wish he just did not write any sequels to, you know, Dark Knight Returns. I wish he didn't. I wish he did not. But anyway, that's besides the point. Oh, yeah. Apparently committed crimes for a bit. He ordered the murder to protect his wife, and even though he was against that, Carmine still killed him. Oof. That dude is the Batman who laughs. He also called Robin the... Oh my god, okay. Not know that. But, like, isn't All-Star Batman supposed to take place, like, before The Dark Knight Returns? Why did you make him more edgy than the Batman in The Dark Knight Returns? That doesn't make any sense. You know? Like, what? That does... Whatever. But. Yeah, I suggested, yeah, if I ever do suggest Dark Knight Returns on, like, Vile Eye's Patreon, I'm gonna clarify, don't pay attention to the sequels. Do not look at the sequels. We're not talking about the sequels. Never talk about the sequels. I mean, I guess I've heard mixed feelings about the second and third one, but, you know, All-Star Batman is just bad. It's just straight up bad. Alright, back to doing the thing. Alright, went to jail, apparently. Oh no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm perfectly fine with Batman being edgy. It's just he can't be too edgy. Like, Batman's a very hard character to write, you know? Went to jail apparently for a bit. I heard that the 2004 show, like, he's basically just a really nice guy. Like, I want to check that version out at some point. Lash out. Apparently went to jail at some point for being an ass and lashing out, which, damn. Lash out, agree. So you find yourself again, something that inspires you. Straighten out. Go back to school. According to Alfred, he straightened up, seemingly after discovering bats again, and went back to school, got a degree, etc., etc., for the purpose of becoming the Bat. But I really struggle to have heroic OCs stick in my mind. It depends on how you write them. Like, Jane, if you want these pretty cold 8% is sarcastic humor, yeah, fair enough. That does make sense. But if you want an example of a, like, extremely heroic character who's also, like, incredibly fascinating, Dr. Tenma from Monster definitely falls under that. I think the best way to go about a lot of those characters, make them heroic but also interesting, is to make it to where they're dealing with some kind of internal guilt and struggle. You know what I mean? Like, that's somewhat what the Superman movie did as well, even if that movie was more so just about the idealization of Superman. But, or just like, I don't know how many of y'all have seen it, but Beastars, like, the main character in that, I consider very heroic, but he's also just, like, constantly dealing, like, with his own guilt and pain. But then again, he's also stole your words. Well, yeah, fair enough. I'm analyzing heroic characters after all, so yeah, that is the thing with the 2 I currently have sticking around. Alright, nice. Straighten out. You go back to school, get a scholarship. But when you get there, you're injured in the first week due to a soft tissue tear. I've seen x-rays, though. I've commanded fake... I suspect that's exactly what you did. Oh, okay. Faked an injury just for the sake of trying to avoid football and become a proper engineer / hero / whatever / Batman and all that. It's kind of hard for me to write down notes sometimes without just having like a... Because you were saving... Oh, okay, no, that makes sense. Also, just to save his energy and body for what was coming up. Yeah. He was like, one has heavy struggles with being antisocial and untrusting. The other is a psychopath struggling with the inability to... That is interesting. So I'm assuming you tend to write a lot more, like morally gray characters then? Because you were saving your body last night for all this, what you've become, you study mechanics, chemistry, social everything correct. And I don't even know if I want to, if this is really worth marking. Well, yeah, I'll take a screenshot. It's probably like, just, I don't want to type it out, but it's still important. That's what some of these are going to be, where it's like, I don't want to type it out, but still important, so I'm going to screenshot it. Then you come home, you set up in Gotham and work in the power grid. Then most of your characters are straight up evil. Fair enough. It'd be like that sometimes. Then you come home, you set up in Gotham, work in the power grid. Then the water department, then sanitation. After that, oh, I forgot to do my British voice. I gotta switch to my British voice. Then the water department, then next sanitation. After that, you intern at City Hall, studying public policy, macro and micro, learning your city, the body, the brain, every damn part of Gotham, until you come full circle, ever the engineer, creating, building. You even fix what you break, repairing the stairs you blew up last night, which is honestly really sweet. And I mean that sincerely. That's actually really cool. I like that. That he's like just becoming like he's an engineer to fix the things that he breaks. Like it's like anti-collateral damage. I'm gonna suggest a Kendall Roy did nothing wrong video for April Fools. That does sound funny. There is also wait, this is a stupid question. There's someone in the server named Dr. Evil. I'd almost ask if you were Dr. Evil, just because it's like that's something that he would exactly ask. Yeah, let me check suggestions actually. Long story short. But yeah, no, he's like a huge Succession fan. So honestly, I might make it just for that purpose. If I were to do an unironic video on a character from Succession, it would be based on Connor. Just because, like, even if he's a bad guy, he's the only character in the show who actually acts like a person. He's the only one who has, like, any form of genuine beliefs, any form of, like, love that he really wants to express to other people. Well, I mean, not that the others don't have love, but it's all, like, toxic and, like, hidden under, like, 20 layers of irony, stuff like that. You don't know anything. Okay, so I'm assuming you either are or aren't, and you're just messing with me. I see, okay. Right, what I was going to do, though. In the water department, next sanitation. Okay, what I was going to do was I was going to mark this down. Goes to a bunch of different fields in jobs in Gotham to learn the city. Which is kind of similar to... I still need to get into Bleach. That's one of the ones I still need to get into. Learn the city from... I guess I'll put this on the side and type it out. From... power... grid... water... department... sanitation... City Hall with macro and micro public policy. Then an engineer building things. He becomes an engineer. Fixing the things he breaks at night, which is unironically really sweet, actually. Okay. You know, this probably could get past any copyright problems just because I'm pausing so much that if someone genuinely wanted to use this as like a comic book reading, they would have to be like, I'm gonna skip past this part now, or I'm gonna have to skip past that part, you know, like, it's so inconvenient that I think it actually does bypass the rules of just getting into the thing. So, but anyway, you've built something here, Bruce. I see it now, and it's impressive, truly. But I've taken down men like you in cities, in jungles, all in deserts all over the world because you're crusaders. And crusaders always have a weakness, and yours is sitting right there. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that's fucked up. I've read the issue before, but that's fucked up. Oh my god. He's like, I'm gonna kill your fucking mom. Jeez, ugh. Okay, what I was gonna do. Okay. Right. Alfred. Okay. Discovers Bruce's entire origin and pretty much maps out his entire motivation for doing what he does and how he came to be, before concluding that he respects him only to say he knows his weakness, which is his mom. And I'm gonna put in a thing where it's like, has a soft spot for his mom. Which, yeah, no shit. Alright. Seriously? Making your poor mother wait an hour for you out here in the cold, hard streets of Gotham. Sorry, Mom, I just swung by the zoo. Forgiven. I heard what happened at the town hall last night. Are you okay? They busted in right when I was starting to win over the crowd. But other than that, I could kill you right in front of her. It'd be easy. It's what I should do. Never contact me again. But you're just a fucking kid. Alright, he's got morals. Straight up considers killing his mom, killing him right in front of his mom, but is like, okay, nah, that's too fucked up. Yeah, he actually got morals. That is the reason why I decided to also take notes on him as well, because he's like an anti-hero, but Alfred is still kind of a hero in this world. 0 out of 10. This is woke. I agree. Worst comic ever. I hope that Absolute Wonder Woman isn't woke and has a woman as the main character. That'd be crazy. That'd be so cringe. That'd be so fucking cringe. Alright, that's too fucked up. Actually, because 1, he's a kid, and 2, because of his daughter. Reminding him what's important. Okay. I guess Martha Wayne, I could say, like, stood up for him in the meeting as well. And with the other thing, it's like, oh shit, my AC just turned off. Oh well, I'll worry about that later. Oh, what? Okay, that's confusing. I was going to say, is basically if Charlie. Yeah, that's actually a decent way of describing it. Yeah. No, that's true. I love Charlie from Has Been Hotel, but Has Been Hotel sucks ass, so that's the main problem with it. And Alfred's employers have no regard for the people of Gotham. Yeah, exactly. They seem genuinely terrible. Also, sorry, give me 1 second. I'm gonna fix my AC. Hello, I'm back. Okay, I was gonna say, I love Charlie from Has Been Hotel. Like, if I were to make a character, like, okay, if I were to, right, what I was saying was, like, I relate to her philosophy, I relate to, like, her general weird optimism, you know, the way that she sees people, you know, I love, like, just, you know, like, if I were to make any video based on Has Been Hotel, it would be on Charlie, right? But the problem is that Has Been Hotel really is just bad. Like, she is genuinely the saving grace of that show, and I sincerely mean that. So, like, if you like Has Been Hotel, I get why. There are things about it that are really good still. It's just there are things to me that I'm like, nah, I don't really vibe with it. So, I wish it was good. It just kind of isn't. Alright. Is a bit sassy. That's I don't know. That's all I'm leaving in there. Just to be funny, I guess. Alright. There's more to these ape skull masks than first appeared. They aren't just for protection or even intimidation. When I cracked one open, the circuitry is inside and recording. Alright, seems to do a seems to do a Battinson thing of recording his own monologues / thoughts. The face of indie animation hasn't been indie for years. True. Do you mean has been or just in general? Because I guess that's still kind of true. This is also the most twisted take on... Oh yeah, for sure. Black Mask is a creep in this one. Pretty smart, mate. Heading on the top of these buildings. The top floors are owned by companies. Has been... Yeah, I don't even think Has Been's the... Like, Digital Circus is the face of indie animation now. Because I think I made this joke to somebody earlier. Like, I think it was a couple days ago. Where, like, it's kind of like... When Season 1 came out, there was a debate on whether Has Been Hotel was actually good or not. And the people who said that Has Been Hotel sucked, kind of won that argument, and we're just like, yeah, okay, well, I guess we'll just not talk about it anymore. And so no one's really talking about it anymore. Like, it's got its fans, but it's nowhere near as popular as it was, or could have been, if it was well written. What are your thoughts on Murder Drones? I like it. It's cool. I need to finish it. It's not the greatest thing ever. I don't like it as much as I like Digital Circus, but it's still really good. I like it a lot. I've also been compared to N a couple times in that show, so that's amusing. But anyway, all the top floors are owned by companies and oligarchs who never use them, just hollow investments. You know this, though, because you worked on them, but I'm closing you down right now. I do like that it's like a... You know, he uses abandoned buildings and stuff. I'll just type that down, you know? Uses abandoned buildings as... Uses abandoned buildings / money pits as his his own bases. Alright. Anyway. I'm zooming down right now. Oh, I thought you were better than that, son. I thought you were better than that, son. You get cornered and all those ideals get thrown out the window. You get the gun, kid. You're no killer. Boom. And then a few things happened really fast. First, I realized the little shit modified my prize shotgun to be non-lethal. Ruined it. Second, I hear the very gun clatter by my side as he's saying, keep it. Third, I hear this roar. The roar of my own damn bike. Fourth, his voice as he tells me, you're not the only one who follows people. And lastly, I hear the sound of glass shattering as he rides out the window, 1,000 feet up. Where the hell is he going to land? Bats are crazy. And I think to myself,
Maybe we're not so bad these days, Gotham.
And that's the first issue, everybody. Oh, well, that and the Joker page, which we'll skip, just to be an asshole. I'm skipping it just to be an asshole to you, all of you. So, yeah, that's all. Okay. But yeah, just read the comic, and you'll get to see it. Oof, we did it. Yep, first issue. We still have, like, I think 11 issues left, because I've been taking so many notes and going off so many side tangents. But, alright, let's see. I need to make note of that last bit, obviously. Is disappointed by Batman seemingly going lethal on him for a second. Then gets pissed off when he basically robs his shit. Predict how long this video is going to be. I had a theory that it was going to be like an hour beforehand. I think what I might do is I might split it up into parts, like Absolute Batman Year 1, Absolute Batman Year... Absolute Wonder Woman Year 1, Absolute Superman Year 1. You guys are not ready for Absolute Joker. Yeah, I love Absolute Joker from what I've seen of him. Like, I love the idea of him. He is so cool. But I'm just not showing it off on stream just to be a dick to everybody. So, yeah. And he gets pissed off when he basically robs his shit, and what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah. Admits that maybe you aren't so bad, Gotham. In appreciation. I think what I'll do is I don't know. It's hard to say. He's also been teased to turn into a Deathclaw. Val should make a video on you just now for that. Well, I mean, 1, copyright, and 2, I want y'all to actually read the comic itself. So, yeah. Alright, ruined, okay, ruin Alfred's shotgun and then just steals his bike. Then drives out a window and glides to Aura Farm. I mean, okay. This is cool, but was there any reason for him to do this other than just aura farming? Like, I said it as a joke, but I mean it as a sincere question as well. It's pretty much just aura farming. And I mean, that makes sense. Because like, Batman is all about aura farming, and I mean that sincerely. But like, oh, that's fun. You know, bat trauma never ends. To feel cool, exactly. Him being, yeah, exactly. But you can say it, but I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it on stream, because nuh-uh. Alright. Bruce Wayne. I should probably separate these by issues as well, because it'll make it way easier ahead of time. Let's say this is heading. Actually, no. Let's say this is heading 2. Let's say this is heading 1. This is heading 2. Should separate them by issues. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Alfred Pennyworth. Okay, what am I missing on Discord? Again, I've got sent a couple of things. Interesting. Should still. Alright. Respond to messages. Okay, back to the thing. Okay. Pennyworth and... Yeah, sorry everyone. Just give me 1 minute to adjust all this. Boop. 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 And... Boop. There we go. And then we'll separate this by the actual, bits and pieces. No, that's actually no, heading 3. Issue 1. Okay. Issue 2. Actually, no. Also issue 1. I was not thinking properly there for a second. Issue 1. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Side tangent. I think I need to take a break from true crime. I can barely sleep and it's getting nauseating. Yeah, that's fair. It also depends what kind of true crime you're listening to. Because it's like, some of that stuff just gets depressing. Alright. So, what do you all want to do? Do you think we should get started on the second issue? Call it wraps for today? Maybe start on... Oh, yeah, that's also true. Maybe get started on Wonder Woman, actually? But, what would y'all like? I'm asking for a general opinion here. Maybe read Wonder Woman. Makes sense. Also depends, because I did mark this stream as Batman. Maybe what I'll do is I'll, again, it depends on what chat wants to do, but maybe what I can do is I can, mark each stream by, what issue or issues I'm going to read in that moment. But it also depends on, next issue's coming out tomorrow. Did not know that. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, no, it is Wednesday tomorrow. That makes sense. I need to see the all-time baddie. Makes sense. If you're going to might as well read on. Makes sense. How about we will read a little bit... I'm thinking. Okay. So, I mentioned this in, the Discord server before, which, by the way, Jaden, if you don't know, the Discord server is in the description if you're curious. But, basically, I thought to myself, what I should do is I should have, a poll every week asking people what they want me to do next for, a Friday stream, right? Hey, for Friday, what do you want me to do this? You want me to do that? And I think what I'll do is I'll ask, what they want me to read, for that week, or just if they want me to, research something else, or even just play a silly game on my other channel. Because, that there's also that. What I'll do is I'll hold a poll for that on the Discord server, and I'm considering ending the stream, but then again, I feel like we could still squeeze in a little bit more time. You can no longer be bothered to deal with Discord. That is valid. That's honestly fair. Discord's a bit messy sometimes. I like it, but still fair. Either way. Not sure. Maybe what we can do is I'll show off the beginning of Wonder Woman right now, right? Just to give people like a bit of a taste, and then I'll probably just like close it off for now, you know? That's what I'm thinking I might do. Get this out of the way. How about a poll? A poll in chat? Oh yeah, I forgot I can do polls in chat. Okay. Wonder Woman issue 1. Batman issue 2. End stream for now. Okay. There we go. There are 6 here. Well, no, there's 5, but yeah. Or at least I think there's 5. I don't know. It's kind of like weird where I can't really tell when people are actually like sitting around or not, because it's like it's weirdly inconsistent with how it decides to show the information. All right, even though there's 2 other people voting or 2 other people here, I don't know if they're going to vote. So it seems like we're going to at least start on Wonder Woman, right? Like, that seems to be the general consensus. We'll start on it. I don't know if I have the energy to finish it. I don't know if I have the energy to finish it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the full Wonder Woman issue 1 next week. Or not next week, probably just like this Friday, maybe. Actually, no, hang on. All right. So for everyone here, do for Friday. More Batman, Wonder Woman. Different research topic. Silly fun game on the other channel. All right, there we go. Well, it's 50-50 right now. I guess we're doing more Batman. Okay. Alright. Here's what I'll do. I'll, just for the sake of, like, you know, just, like, as a finale, what I'll do is I will show off the beginning of Absolute Wonder Woman. And then for Friday, we'll get started on Batman again. How does that sound, everybody? Sound good? Sound bad? Sound iffy? It's also just because, like, I do not have the energy right now to go on for, like, maybe another hour. So, yeah. She has a cool horse. Oh, yes, it's Pegasus. Mwahaha. But, yeah. It's just because I got things to do. So, yeah. Absolute Wonder Woman is a massive inspiration. For sure. Okay. And that's an ad. Gateway City. The direct routes across the city. It's nice to see. Mountain Cove. What was that? You think I know? I'm on the ground with you, Alan. We have to look. You first. You have a camera. You absolute camera. Or you absolute coward. I bet you're not an absolute camera. Is that news? What do you see? Is it still out there? That thing? Give me a minute. A node object appears over Gateway City coast. We're here, just beyond the Gateway City board walk, filming from an unsecured location to bring you the sight of a literal unidentified flying object on our doorstep. Local police and growing military force are evacuating the immediate... Oh, crap. Oh, my God. He's dying. He's diving. Don't lose him. I'm not sure that's a... Once upon a time, there was a princess, and the princess had all the gifts any princess could hope to have. Beauty, grace, compassion, kindness, wisdom, the ability to outrun a hellhound and conjure the darkest magics. Things every princess needs when she was raised in hell. And yeah, that's the beginning of it. That's the tease for y'all on that front. Like I said, getting a little sleepy, but I had a lot of fun, y'all. You know, discussing the comic, writing down the notes. Even if we didn't make that much progress, and I still might like go a little bit quicker next time, it's just been a lot of fun to do this, and it's been a good excuse to just get back into reading comics again, as well as just talking to people and getting viewership. You know, that never hurts. But that aside, I'm gonna call it quits for today. I'm a little tired, and I've got things I need to do. So, probably gonna work on the Amphibia videos a little bit more today. Gonna go see some people, stuff like that. I wonder how Absolute Mr. Camera would be. Absolute Mr. Is Mr. Camera a character? Oh my god, they are a character. Huh. What do you know? Anyway, but yeah, take care, everybody. Take care. I'm gonna schedule a stream for Friday, just another Batman thing. But yeah, have a good time, everybody, and have a good day. Bye-bye.